enjoyable afternoon at Ibrox?
Aye, yeah, definitely is a heartspur anyway. It's been a long time coming, obviously, getting that result here. Delighted for the travelling support. Obviously, they've travelled for many years waiting on that moment. So, end of the day, it's a good result for us. Really good result.
You spoke about in the build-up to the game about you and Braga just a work in progress, but I mean it looked pretty spot on.
Aye, it clicked a wee bit today. It was good to see. But Braga was really good, to be honest. Really intelligent, and it's a hard task up there when you need to do so much defensive work, and you really need to think about the game. And he's obviously part of the game that he's learning with being here, and I thought he'd done it really well. Took everything on board that we spoke about as well. So the connection kind of came together a wee bit today, and I thought it was really good. And obviously getting the 2 goals personally delighted.
Well, it's well known about the history of you and the rumours here about moving here and all the stories that have been written down the years, and there's been a lot of debate over that. I mean, do you think days like today vindicate the belief that you've got in yourself, that you know the belief that you have in your own ability, that for all the discussion about it, how good a player that you really are?
I've always had that belief in myself as a player. Rumours are rumours, the speculation gets spoken about, that's what happens in football, and it's part and parcel. I've never really got too caught up in things like that. I just always concentrate on my job and the club I'm working at, and I said I'm delighted to be here this season, and I'm enjoying it so far, and the day's obviously a really good result for us. It's a good moment.
Obviously there's been a lot of talk about what Tony Bloom's, the challenge he's set for you this season. I know it's only 5 games in, but you must be looking at the table, looking at the form and the results you've had so far, and be really optimistic about what you can do this year.
No, it's been a really good start, there's no denying that. Obviously 5 games in now, sitting with 13 points, is that right? And so 13 points on the board after this amount of games, you can't grumble with, and you need to be happy with it. But it's a good start, and that's what it is. We need to keep building, we need to keep winning games, which is important. But coming to places like this and winning obviously breeds confidence again amongst the group, and boys will get a good feeling for it. It'll be some of their first time playing in this sort of arena, stadium, in front of so many people as well. So they'll take a lot for it, and it always helps when you win the game as well to take more.
You saw Aberdeen last year. You saw Aberdeen last year. They had a similar sort of start, and a lot of hype around them, and they sort of faded away. That's a sort of a lesson in itself, isn't it?
Aye, well, the history's there, and there's proof that can happen. So you don't get too caught up in things. You need to keep building. As I said, we've been playing well. Performances have been getting better, and we're winning games. So that's an important thing. We just need to keep doing that.
When you get a 2-0 win, I think so it sends a message to the rest of the league, the ones at the top end of the table anyway, that you guys are to be taken serious for this season.
No, we had full belief in ourselves coming here the day anyway. We felt positive. I said that through the week. There's been a good feeling amongst the camp all week, and I had a good feeling about the game. I'm not going to lie, I've not had that many times coming to Ibrox, but I was really confident, and just the feeling that we had amongst the boys. But you need to go out there and do your job. You need to do it well. And obviously we get a wee bit of luck with the goals and the goal chopped off. But I think when you come to places like this, you need that on your side as well. And just delighted with it, to be honest. Delighted with it.
What did you feel was different in the build-up this time? You said you felt different, you felt like you could come and get a result here.
Just the confidence it's been building over the past few weeks, not just this week, but it's been previous weeks. Obviously last week the international break, we went in after a good win, and the boys had a nice break, went to see their families and stuff, and everybody kind of came back fresh at the start of the week. So the training's been good, there's been a good feeling, and I just felt like everybody was really looking forward to the game.
Does that feeling kind of grow when you're doing your tactical work and your work on looking ahead to Rangers and the game plan, and everyone buying into the game plan? Definitely,
you work on what you want to work through the week at training, but you need to get there and do it on the match day. You can work on everything and cover every point, but if you don't do your job properly out there, you get found out. So no, I'm just delighted. I thought it was a really good away performance. We had to dig in at times. I think Rangers had a spell probably 15-20 minutes after half time, and we really had to kind of dig in and get ourselves out of that. As I said, we got a wee bit of luck with the goal, and that maybe lifted us. It was a wee bit of warning. But apart from that, it was pretty comfortable out of possession game that we played, and obviously we had the quality in possession when we were breaking forward and kind of getting half chances, just kind of quite getting the breaks, but always felt we could go and get another goal. And obviously Harry makes a brilliant run and wins the foul for the penalty.
In terms of your first goal, did you know you were headed there as soon as Braga teed you up?
I'm not going to lie, it hit my hand and my arm in the build up, so I kind of knew that, and I was running forward thinking we better not score here, because I wasn't quite sure on the rule whether it counted or not, but obviously I couldn't remember the touches that had happened in between then, and obviously Braga slipped me down the side, and it was a good finish, what I've been told. I've not seen it back yet, but I was just thinking no again, because Aberdeen goal obviously get chopped off a few weeks ago. But when the ref pointed to the spot, I was delighted.
Rangers were quite unhappy about that. They were talking about that handball. Did the referee say anything to you about it? Were they appealing for it?
They were appealing for it, aye. I never really asked, to be honest. As soon as they gave the go, I just celebrated and kept quiet. But I'd heard from people obviously that I think the Rangers defender touched it to start with, maybe starts a new phase of play or something. It's quite a blurry rule obviously, that it's not quite clear, but nah, I'm just delighted that it got given, that wee bit of luck. It's kind of not been on my side for a while, I felt. In the day obviously I get 2 wee bits, so hopefully that's changing.
There was obviously a lot of anxiety for the stands. Did you always think you could use that to your advantage?
Well, we play at Tynecastle every week, so we know how it feels. But obviously when you're at home and you feel that pressure and the crowd are getting frustrated, it does go into the pitch. It's natural, human beings out there, do you know what I mean? And it can get into the players. But obviously when you come and you can use that, you need to. You'd be daft not to. Obviously going a goal ahead helps and kind of builds that, and the Rangers are kind of trying to break us down. But I thought we kept our shape really well. Our discipline was really good out of possession, and that's probably what won us the game, to be honest.
Longs, do you feel Scottish football needs different teams winning cups and maybe even different teams pushing at the top of the...
Hearts, definitely. Of course everybody would want to see that, but we're not getting ahead of ourselves here. We've had a good start to the league, we're 5 games in, and as I said, we'll just look to keep taking game by game, try to win them all.
In terms of the second goal, what was going through your head when Butland saved it?
Get after it, because I knew I hadn't caught it right. And obviously I never really changed my mind, to be honest, and the boys were saying he went quite early and I could have maybe changed it, but that time I didn't, and as soon as I kicked it I knew I hadn't quite caught it right, but thankfully it just, as I said, that wee bit of luck was on my side and it bounced back to me, and it was a relief to see it at the net the second time round.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Hey, well.
Thank you, Lon.